We're going to graph y equals the cosine of x. Below are some evaluations for the cosine of x. So when we evaluate for 0, our output will be 1. So here is this first ordered pair. And then at pi over 2, when we evaluate for the cosine of x, we are at 0. So there's its ordered pair. At pi, when we evaluate it, we get -1. So there's its ordered pair. At 3 pi over 2, we're at 0. And then at 2 pi, we're up at 1. So what I've done is I've graphed 5 key endpoints, creating our first revolution, which has a period of 2 pi. It has a lot of the same similarities as the sine function. The domain is -∞ to infinity. The range is -1 to 1. The length of one revolution is 2 pi. And the cosine function is an even function. Now do note that this graph does go on infinitely many directions to the right and the left. Here is the amplitude equation and the period equation. It is the same as your sine function. So here is just one revolution graphed out. This would be the length, 2 pi over b, and the amplitude is absolute value of a. So let's graph this function one more time. So we have our x-axis and our y-axis. We're going to start at 0 and finish at 2 pi. Then we're going to use the midpoint formula and find the halfway point, which is pi. Halfway point again, pi over 2. So each increment on our x-axis is a pi over 2. Then we'll do our amplitude. So that means we're going to go 1 up and 1 down. Now we're going to go ahead and graph our ordered pairs. So remember how we find these ordered pairs on the unit circle is there is a set of ordered pairs. So if this is 0 radians, our ordered pair is 1, 0. At pi over 2, we have the ordered pair 0, 1. At pi, we have the ordered pair -1, 0. At 3 pi over 2, we are at 0, -1. And then at 2 pi, we're back to 1, 0. So we're looking at the x values. So when we have angle of 0 radians, then our x is 1. When we have pi over 2, the x is 0. At pi, on the unit circle, our x is -1. At 3 pi over 2, our x is 0. At 2 pi, our x is 1. So we're going to graph those 5 ordered pairs. So over 0, up 1, over pi over 2, up 0, over pi, down 1, over 3 pi over 2, up 0, over 2 pi, up 1. And then we connect our dots. And remember, this does go on forever in the right and left direction. There is a relationship between the sine function and the cosine function. These functions are called sinusoidal graphs. The difference between these two functions is just a phase shift of pi over 2. So if we graph our sine function, first revolution looks like this. The cosine function is just moving that a shift of pi over 2. What we're going to be doing next in the next video is applying these transformations and then following these steps.